Hello, and thank you, Cindy, for that awesome introduction of our amazing and very interesting yet controversial topic. Um, as Cindy mentioned, I'm the second speaker, and I will be talking about the value of breast milk, the importance of it, and also the topic of public breastfeeding. And um, like the story that Cindy shared, it is a very controversial topic. But I'd just like to start off with a quote that I found um, that the World Health Organization gave. So, as we know, there are very various values of breast milk, and I will cover most of them. But I just like to start off with a really powerful quote. So, the World Health Organization, who said the following about the value of breast milk and um, infant mortality. It says exclusive breastfeeding reduces infant mortality due to common childhood illnesses such as diarrhea or pneumonia and helps for quicker recovery during illness. So, as we all know, a woman, after she has a child, she begins to breastfeed. Her milk comes in, and then from there, she has a choice to exclusively breastfeed, which is what the World Health Organization actually suggests. They tell women to breastfeed exclusively for the first 6 months of life. And if they do that, infant mortality will go way down. And some more values. The following, I'll just read a list really quick of the benefits that breast milk has. It boosts the baby immune system because the mother gives the antibodies in the breast milk. So actually, if the mother catches an illness, if it's flu season and she gets sick, right away, if she has a baby, she will produce antibodies that will be in her breast milk and pass on to the baby. And I thought that was really interesting. You know, something people pay vaccines, people pay money, people um, buy drugs in order to help boost their immune system. Yet this simple and totally free, except for the mother's food, totally free substance boosts the baby's immune system. I mean, that's something that's awesome. Um, this next fact I thought was very interesting. After doing some research, I found out that when a mother breastfeeds her child, the baby's saliva actually communicates to the mother what it stands in need of, what vitamins or minerals or chemicals it stands in need of. So let's say the baby needs more vitamin C. Um, if the mother is breastfeeding, the baby will communicate through its saliva to the mother's body that it needs more vitamin C, and from there, the mother's milk will actually be higher in vitamin C, which I thought was an awesome fact. Um, the World Health Organization says that the breast milk promotes sensory and cognitive development in children. It protects the infant against infectious and chronic diseases. Also, breastfeeding, it's a very intimate and special time between a mother and child, and it builds a strong bond between them. And honestly, that's something that's so special and so amazing, yet it's having this public scrutiny, and people are criticizing mothers for breastfeeding in public. I actually did an interview with a mother, and she said the following. I asked her these questions. What are your thoughts on public breastfeeding? Is it okay? What's your experience? When do you do it? Have you ever had any negative backlash or dirty looks from people? Do you think it should be publicly accepted? And if so, why? And she said the following. Good questions. This is something I'm somewhat passionate about. I totally think it's okay. I've always breastfed in public, and I've never used a cover. I tried with my first child, but it was so uncomfortable. Plus, they probably add to the stigma that you're doing something you shouldn't in public, and I think they draw even more attention to you. If I'm in public, I try to be discreet and not draw attention to myself. I've never had a dirty look or anything like that. It should definitely be publicly accepted because breastfeeding a baby when they are hungry shouldn't be sexualized. It is a completely normal thing to do. just like I eating in public. And that just brings me back to the video that Cindy showed us of the mother um, kind of taking lightly of this whole situation. But the person who's eating their salad in public with a cover over their head, I mean, that's not very natural, and breastfeeding is honestly something that comes naturally. So, yes, it should be publicly accepted, and no, it shouldn't be sexualized, and it should be totally comfortable and totally normal for everyone. And now I'll pass it on to our next presenter, and thank you so much for listening.